Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. In my last video, I discussed about Government of India Act 1935 till the Quit India movement. In this video, I am going to discuss about the various incidents between 1944 till independence. And I am going to discuss about Subhash Chandra Bose and INA in detail. Where first I am going to discuss about C. Rajagopalachari formula, Shimla Pact, election of 1945 to 46, Royal Indian Navy mutiny, cabinet mission, interim government of 1946, Attlee's Declaration 1947, Indian Independence Act, and finally I am going to discuss about in detail about Subhash Chandra Bose till his death. So what are we waiting for? Let's start our discussion with C. Rajagopalachari formula. The communal sentiments in India had developed during the rule of British Crown. Many British historians describe the revolt of 1857 as Muslim conspiracy. Therefore, relation between British and the Muslims had deteriorated. In 1870, W. W. Hunter wrote a book, Indian Musalman, in which it was said that longevity of British rule in India could be maintained with active collaboration of British with the Muslims. Therefore, approach of government had changed significantly. Aligarh movement of Syed Ahmad Khan also advocated collaboration with the British. After establishment of Congress, British promoted political consciences among the Muslims. First decade of 20th century was referred as aggressive policy of British towards divide and rule. Therefore, Muslim League was established. Separate electorates was granted, which was considered as the seeds of Pakistan. Lucknow Pact of 1916, although regarded as promotion of Hindu-Muslim unity, but it was a compromise of Congress on the formula of separate electorates. Congress gave opportunity to Muslim League to use its offices, therefore Muslim League had all India presence. After suspension of Khilafat Swaraj movement, communal sentiments had further increased. Many leaders of Muslim League, including Jinnah, stopped participating in meeting of Congress. The real impetus to the communalism came in the election of 1937. Political frustration of Muslim League resulted in propagation of extreme communalism. Lahore Resolution of 1940 proved that leaders of Muslim League were confident about the spread of communalism among the Muslim middle class. Muslim League did not support Quit India movement, which further increased the communal gap. And after the end of Quit India movement, first leader of Indian national movement, C. Rajagopalachari, decided to address the concern of Muslim League and the two-nation theory. And according to his formula, there were certain pointers, such as Muslim League should cooperate Congress in getting independence. And after independence, we will discuss about Pakistan. Second one was Muslim League should join Congress in formation of interim government for transitional period. Third, after the war, a commission will be constituted to identify Muslim majority district. Fourth, a plebiscite will be conducted for Pakistan. Non-Muslim will also participate in plebiscite. All parties should express its view on Pakistan before plebiscite. If Pakistan is created, then there will be one union and two federation. Union will constitute defense, foreign affairs, currency and communication. Rest other things will be different for India and Pakistan. Last pointer was the transfer of population, which will be voluntary. Gandhi also supported Rajagopalachari's formula, but Jinnah rejected. And this formula in the Gandhi and Jinnah talk. Jinnah demanded sovereign Pakistan without any relation with India. He has objections on certain points, such as Congress should accept two nation theory, a plebiscite will be conducted only in northwest and northeast. Non-Muslim will not participate in the plebiscite. He opposed the idea of common center also. So due to that, Rajgopalachari formula failed. There was another formula which is known as Desai-Liaquat formula. Bhulabhai Desai was the leader of INC in Central Assembly and Liaquat Ali Khan was the deputy leader of Muslim League in Central Assembly. They came up with the plan of 20% of seats reserved for the minorities and an equal number of persons nominated by Congress and the Muslim League in the central legislature. Next is the Simla Plan, or we can say the Webble Plan in 1945. Viceroy Webble invited the leaders of Congress and Muslim League at Simla. There were many fundamental reasons that forced government to start fresh talk with Congress. Such factors are as followed. First, the pressure of Japanese invasion on India was still there even after defeat of Germany and Italy. The allies of England pressurized the Britain to seek further cooperation in the war, and there was election in England and Prime Minister Churchill was addressing domestic audience about his seriousness towards problem of Indo-British relation. Now let us discuss the Webble Plan. So according to the Webble Plan, these were the conditions. First, dominion status for India. Second, Viceroy's Executive Council will constitute only Indians, except the Viceroy and the military commander. Therefore, it is known as the first step towards the transfer of power. In the council, there will be equal number of caste Hindus and Muslims. Initially, both Congress and Muslim League agreed with this formula, but suddenly Jinnah forwarded condition such as Muslim member in the council will be nominated by Muslim League. Congress may nominate the Hindus. So the Congress rejected his demand. Viceroy Webble himself announced the failure of Shimla Conference, which gave Jinnah enormous strength as leader of Muslims. Now it was considered as the veto power of Jinnah on British proposals. Next aspect which I am going to discuss is the election of 1945 to 46 for the provincial and central legislature. After a decade, general election was announced in India. Voting right was further extended. Now it became 3.5 crore voters in India. Let us understand about the performance of Congress in the election. First, 91% of non-Muslim voters voted for Congress. In 8 out of 11 provinces, Congress was able to form the government, except Punjab, Bengal and Sindh. In Central Assembly, Congress got 57 out of 102 seats. Now let us understand about the performance of Muslim League. 86.6% of Muslim voters voted for Muslim League. Muslim League was able to form government in Bengal and Sindh. In Central Assembly, Muslim League got all 33 reserved seats. In this election, Muslim League used high-sounding slogan and considered this election as the vote for Pakistan. Muslim League said, if Muslims will not vote for Muslim League, then they will not get birth in Muslim graveyards. The result of election was clear. Support of Muslim League, Muslim middle class to Pakistan. Therefore, it was rightly said that partition of India was already decided in 1946 and not in 1947. Partition was partition of population and not geography. Next, I'm going to discuss about the Royal Indian Navy mutiny, which occurred in February 1946. Indian soldiers in INS Talwar were stationed at Bombay Harbour revolted against British commander because of racial discrimination and arrest of Indian soldier B.C. Dutt. The rebellions shouted anti-British slogans. They also opposed INA trial. Very soon, revolt had spread at Karachi harbour also. Even the Air Force joined. Bombay Labour Union, Railway Union had supported the revolt. Only the Communist Party of India support this. Other than Congress, Muslim League and Gandhi, they all criticize. Gandhi said that when the British is leaving India with smooth transfer of power, this kind of revolt will jeopardize India's relation with England in future. Finally, Patel and Jinnah persuaded the rebellion to surrender. So, Royal Indian Navy mutiny ended, but it forced British to speed up the process of transfer of power. Next, I am going to discuss about Cabinet Mission of Plan, March 1946. After the Royal Indian Navy mutiny, British government sent a 3-member mission in which P.C. Lawrence was the Secretary of State, A.V. Alexander was the Navy Chief, Stafford Cripps was the President Board of Trade. We can say that he was the Commerce Minister. As for the provision, the Cabinet Mission, there were the pointers. First, the Constitution of India by the Indians. Second, Constitution will be framed by Constituent Assembly in which elected members from British India provinces will be 292. Nominated members from princely state will be 93, and their nomination will be made by the Chamber of Princes. Third, nominated member from the Chief Commissionary Province CCP, which will be 4. So total members of Constituent Assembly will be 389. This provision was made for 10 years, and after 10 years, any province or group of provinces can come out from the union and may form separate Constituent Assembly. The most controversial provision of Cabinet Mission was grouping of states in 3 groups. Group A, UP, Central Province, Bengal, Madras, Bihar and Odisha were the states under it. Group B, Punjab, Sindh and NWFP, which means the Northwestern Frontier Province, and the Group C, Bengal and Sindh. In election of Constituent Assembly, those party will get highest number of seats will be invited to form the interim government. In election of Constituent Assembly, Congress got highest number of seats, but Jinnah demanded separate Constituent Assembly for Pakistan. Muslim League start direct action day on 16th August 1946, and it was provoking communal violence to pressurize the partition of India. The next aspect is the interim government, which occurred in 2nd September 1946. Viceroy Wavell invited leader of Congress Party Jawaharlal Nehru to take oath as the Vice President of India. It was a coalition government of many parties to facilitate legislative process for the smooth transfer of power. Initially, Muslim League refused to join the government, but after continuous pressurization, or we can say persuasion, Muslim League agreed. And in order to facilitate entry of Muslim League in Nehru's cabinet, 3 ministers of Congress had to resign. Those were Shafaqat Ali Ahmad Khan, Sarath Chandra Bose and Ali Zahir. And Liaquat Ali Khan became finance minister of Nehru's government. Muslim League continued the direct action day even after. becoming the minister, and Muslim League started state-sponsored violence. So we can understand one thing, that they cheated on nation and the Congress also. Now I am going proceeding with the discussion of Attlee's declaration, which happened on 20th February 1947. Prime Minister Attlee declared that India would be freed before June 1948, after Batten was appointed as the Viceroy of India. He had meeting with Gandhi, Nehru and Patel and Jinnah also, and concluded 3rd June plan. This is also known as Mountbatten plan, and according to this plan, there were certain conditions. First, division of Punjab and Bengal on the basis of demography. Secondly, India and Pakistan will be two independent federations within the British Commonwealth. India got dominion status. There will be referendum in NWFP, which means Northwestern Frontier Province, and Sylhet district of Assam. Official asset of India will be divided equally between India and Pakistan, and the boundary commission will be constituted under Radcliffe to demark boundary in both sides. The Mountbatten plan was presented in British Parliament on 18th July 1947. India and Pakistan will become two independent federations. And so the Indian Independence Act was passed. India had accepted the dominion status, which was against the spirit of Lahore resolution, and the main reason behind this was that the situation in India was very volatile. There was condition of civil war, and due to transfer of power there was complete administrative collapse. Therefore, Indian leaders wanted to take control of state as quick as possible. Newly emerging state had many challenges, so the government of India needed much continuity in civil services and army to maintain the function of the state. Because of dominion status, there was much needed economic relation which will be maintained between India and Britain. The investment of British capitalists and the industrial relation will be maintained as per desire. British were insisting on dominion status because the newly emerging state will have many economic opportunities for the reconstruction and the development. British capitalists and the government will get opportunity for the development of many economic gain of British government. And now my final discussion is on Subhash Chandra Bose and INA. In 1938, in Haripura session, Subhash Chandra Bose became the president of Indian National Congress. In 1939, Tripuri session, Subhash Chandra Bose wanted to be re-elected as the president. He was opposed by Gandhi, and Gandhi placed Patabi Sitaramaiah as a candidate for president of Congress. But Subhash Chandra Bose defeated Sitaramaiah. The Gandhian members in Congress Working Committee passed a resolution opposing Subhash Chandra Bose. Therefore, Subhash Chandra Bose has to resign, and he established a new party which is known as Forward Bloc in 1939. British government put Subhash in house arrest in Calcutta because Subhash expressed his opinion to take support from the anti-British forces like Germany, Italy and Japan. Subhash escaped from the house arrest and went to USSR for getting support against Britain, but USSR joined the alliance of Britain and France. Therefore, Subhash reached Germany in 1941. Indian diaspora in Germany gave the title of Netaji to Subhash Chandra Bose. After the fall of Singapore, Japan had totally dominated in entire Southeast Asia. There were huge prisoners of war who were brainwashed, and with the support of Major Fujiwara and Gyani Pritam Singh, who was a priest in Gurudwara, Indian National Army was constituted under Captain Mohan Singh. Ras Bihari Bose had established Indian Independence League in Tokyo. Its first meeting was held and known as Bangkok Conference in 1942. Ras Bihari Bose was president of this conference. He invited Subhash Chandra Bose to take the command of INA. Subhash reached Japan in 1943. He established provincial government of Free India at Singapore. His official designation was Prime Minister of India. He divided INA in three segments, or we can say three regiments, under the leadership of Sahnawaz, Dhillon and Sehgal. He also constituted a women regiment, which is known as Rani Jhansi Regiment, under the leadership of Lakshmi Sehgal. The headquarters of provincial government was shifted from Singapore to Burma, and Subhash established Azad Hind Bank in Burma. Subhash, with the help of Japan, wanted to free northeastern states from Britain. Japan handed over island of Andaman and Nicobar to Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash invaded over Imphal, but due to lack of Japanese support, this campaign failed. After defeat of Japan in Second World War, fate of INA was also sealed, and it was said that Subhash died in plane crash in Taiwan, which was investigated by Government of India by putting various committee. Subhash Chandra Bose had already constituted a cadre of INA soldiers. Their commanders were arrested by British because they faced a charge of declaring war against British Empire. They faced death penalty in military government, or we can say military court. Their trial started in Red Fort. They were defended by the team of lawyers constituted of Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhulabhai Desai, Aruna Asaf Ali, and Tej Bahadur Satpru and K.N. Karju. The death penalty of soldiers were converted into life imprisonment. With this, our video is coming to the end. We have understood about the various incidents between 1944 to 1947. We have also understood about the contribution of Subhash Chandra Bose for the independence of India. By this, I am concluding, and if you find the content interesting, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you.